Today's success story is about a 601 waiver while having an arrest record, and how do you deal with that? So we have the entire waiver application here, and we have the request for evidence here. The case just got approved in February 2025. We filed this case in 2022. So for anybody who's unfamiliar, a waiver is essentially somebody who came into the US illegally, okay? They cross the border illegally. They need to waive their criminal act of being unlawfully present in the United States, even though, you know, they're married to a US citizen. This was the 601A. It's an application for provisional unlawful presence waiver under the immigration law. So it's a legal pathway to get a green card. Essentially, it's what the government is saying. Removing you, deporting you, kicking you out, not granting you a green card would cause extreme hardship on our own people, our own green card holders, and our own US citizens that we'd rather give it to you, right? It's a win-win situation. You have proven your case, you have justified your existence, and even though you committed a crime, we're gonna waive it, we're gonna grant it. It is extremely hard to get these. We prepared, again, probably spent half a year to a year. We prepared this case, we filed it. The attorney brief is 32 pages, and in total we submitted 48 exhibits. So easily 700-800 pages arguing why this person deserves a green card. You know what, I'll read you the introduction. As will be shown below, the removal of Mr. Client, applicant, would cause extreme hardship to the US citizen's spouse. The nature of the extreme hardship potentially faced in this case would far exceed the mere rudimentary hardship experienced as a result of the separation spouse. Should this waiver not be granted, our client, a US citizen, would face one of the most painful decisions imaginable. She would have to choose between the following: accompanying her husband to said country, where her future and that of her 2 US citizen children, both under the age of 11, would be severely compromised. The applicant is a daughter of immigrants who came to the United States to give her a better life. Now that this client is a mother herself, she enjoyed seeing her children thrive in the United States as a result of her parents' sacrifice. Our client's parents have both passed away after their siblings were devastated. However, her friends and family, especially her client, provided tremendous support as the grieving the loss. With the possibility of our client being deported, the legacy that this parents built for this sake would be destroyed. Our client and her 2 children are accompanying and living in the United States. If they leave, they would face poverty and dangers that her parents fled when they came to the United States. Having left everything behind, our clients created an entirely new life in the United States. Therefore, the memories, ties, and the parents, it would all be sacrificed if they have to leave. After suffering the loss of her parents, being involved in a severe accident, the most recently being diagnosed with mental illness, our client is dependent on her community, her family, and the support. And it goes on. And we talk about what the life is like in the United States. We talk about what life is like if they leave to go back to their home country. Married to a US citizen, having 2 US citizen children under the age of 11, building a life here, a work here. We talk about the marital and emotional hardship. We talk about the financial hardship. We talk about good moral character. We're talking about the economic severity and situation in the home country and why the discretion is warranted. So 32 pages, 48 exhibits, and we get a request for evidence. We got this request for evidence in February 2025. So let's see, we filed it in June 2022, and after about 3 years, we get this request for evidence, and it's about a criminal arrest. The client didn't know this was going to be an issue. We didn't know this was going to be an issue. When we got it, we were scared to death about what was in it, and especially at this time, 2025 February. Like, they're digging really into the past to look at something. And let's look at what there was an arrest in 2010, right? 15 years ago, they found an arrest record, and they really wanted explanations. So we prepared it. Right, it was, once we found out what it was, we were a little bit more relieved, but still, because of this administration, we do not know what was gonna happen, so we still spent 2 pages explaining everything. Furthermore, okay, God, this person got arrested twice. Okay, anyways, this is the part that I had fun working on. Furthermore, in October of 2011, our client was arrested due to a misdemeanor warrant for not having paid a traffic ticket. I mean, like, we should have put that right in the beginning, right? The arrest was for an unpaid traffic ticket, but the way the sentence was read, our client was arrested due to a misdemeanor warrant for not having paid a traffic ticket. He paid off his traffic ticket, and no further legal actions were taken against him. See Exhibit 4. This client's record currently has no other arrest or detentions other than what is recorded. I mean, just like, come on, right? And then the first arrest was because they were doing a drug bust, and he just so happened to be at that address. It wasn't his home, it wasn't his property, but there was other people there, and he got caught up. But the police records and everything show he was innocent. So I mean, we could have just spent one paragraph simply saying he wasn't there. This is a misunderstanding. He got arrested. Even though it's related drugs, he wasn't the person in question. He was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. And the second one was an unpaid traffic ticket. Please approve this case. But we were really worried what this administration would do because, again, it is purely discretionary, right? The officer could say, you know what? We only want people with good luck. If he's there at the wrong time, at the wrong place, and he has unpaid traffic tickets, sorry, we don't want you, denied, continue, and we'll deport you. But think about that. Parent of 2 U.S. citizens, spouse of a U.S. citizen, been here for decades, contributing to the U.S., and it's just these 2 small things. But again, the client was uncertain. A lot of times, things are uncertain. So we did our best to put everything together. Here's all the exhibits we compiled for these 2 simple things, right? Sworn and notarized affidavit from the client. We got the LA Superior Court records. We got the police records, which was really hard, by the way, because it was 2010, right? We had to beg the police department to get it and find it, a copy of police records also from the other city. So 2 police records, which we finally got, that took the longest, the Superior Court records and the testimonial. And again, we resubmitted half of the things that we argued for in the waiver application. That is how difficult it is to get a green card if you came to the United States illegally. You came illegally, you came for the pursuit of a better life, you broke an immigration law, you are undocumented, you are illegal, the United States doesn't want you. But this client had to live here, get married, have kids, build a great life, show that they are of such great value that removing them would cause extreme hardship on the fabric of this family and society, that the United States warrants giving them a green card. And they have to have a squeaky clean record. Even arrest from 15 years ago, even a small unpaid traffic ticket gets scrutinized. But finally, this case is approved and they can get a green card just to be able to start their life. And mind you, they've been paying taxes almost this entire time. Anyone who is saying people cross the border illegally and they get green cards so easily, they take advantage of our system, is blatantly untrue. It is so difficult to get it. And they live in such tremendous fear, and they work so hard to prove that they deserve it. With that being said, we're very happy for the family, and we definitely had a fun time working on this case. Gabby, Margaret did a fantastic job throughout this entire period from 2021 all the way till now. And again, not quite over yet because the green card is still not in their hands, right? It's in process. So with all of that being said, this was a happy, successful story for the waiver application. If you have any questions about it, feel free to reach out. Take care. Bye-bye.